Well, more on the impact on you now. The CEO of Debtbusters is Benay Sager. Benay, good afternoon to you. In a way, the story isn't the 25 basis points announcement today. It's how quickly interest rates have gone up over the last little while. It's really beginning to have an impact on people.
Yeah, good evening, and thanks for having me on the show. And that's absolutely exactly what we see. As you said, since November 2021, there's been a succession of interest rate increases. And for consumers who are coming to Debtbusters, we can already see somewhere between 2.5% to 3% average increase in terms of the interest rates that they're coming to us with. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but that's actually very significant. This is true across any kind of lending products that consumers are coming to us with. And what that's resulting is essentially they have to spend a bigger chunk of their take-home pay in terms of servicing this debt. And the other thing that we have in the backdrop is, of course, that the salaries haven't really grown in South Africa over the last several years. And as a result, what we are seeing is consumers are being squeezed on both ends. We also have inflation. And as a result, we've seen some record numbers in terms of the levels of unsecured debt in particular, personal loans and so on, that consumers are coming to us with.
One of the problems must be that food price inflation is so high, and you get to a point where you can't cut back on food anymore. You have to buy food. And you probably buy food before you pay back debt. It would be one thing if, inflation was high in other sectors. But with food price inflation being so high, people have no choice but to buy food before paying debt.
Yeah, what we are seeing is that part is absolutely true. Consumers are borrowing to actually pay for the necessities, and they're digging deeper and deeper into their credit cards. To put it into context, what we've seen is in the year 2022, consumers who applied for debt counseling with us, 99% of them, virtually every single one, had a personal loan when they came to us. So what that means to us is personal loans are generally taken out, and they range anywhere from, let's say, 2,000 Rand to 150,000 Rand. There's a big range there in terms of size. But these are meant to be things that supplement your income. They're not replacements. And what that tells us is consumers are really feeling quite desperate in terms of finding means to supplement their incomes in a situation where the incomes have not increased.
Are you finding more people just can't get through the month? People just can't actually get to the 25th or the 30th. And then we have this problem, of course. You get paid, and almost immediately you start to hear the SMSs on your phone as the money leaves.
Yeah, I mean, it's become a national sport for us, I think for all of us, to guess how many minutes is it going to take between the salary hitting your bank account, and most of it is flying out in terms of debit orders. And I don't say that to sound funny, but the reality is exactly as you say. A lot of the money that's coming in is already spoken for. So, for example, yesterday, today, it would have been big paydays for a lot of salaried employees. And they look forward to this day. And unfortunately, particularly this time of year, what happens is coming over from December, there were a lot of large expenditures during holiday season, but also things like schools and, one-off type of increases at the beginning of the year. Most of those salaries are unfortunately spoken for already. And it really is putting a significant squeeze on consumers. That's at least what we can tell at Debtbusters.
Benay Sager, thank you, CEO of Debtbusters. Really do appreciate the time.